Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Deval. Welcome to Computer Tech Tips. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to speed up your computer with software that's already on your computer, or you could easily go online and download it within a few seconds. Now, it doesn't matter if your computer is new or your computer is old. All computer could be saved at some point, I would say. So I'm gonna go over a few steps that you can use to speed up your computer, whether new or old. But the one thing that I'll recommend at the start of this video, if you're on Vista, it's hopeless. If you're on Windows 8, it's somewhat hopeless because I hate those two operating systems. Now let's get right into the video. Now I would say your first step to speeding up your computer would be number one, to delete all unnecessary files that you're not using. Now, there are loads of ways to get to the control panel. This is one. You could just open up a folder, click on this drop down, then control panel, uninstall the software, and then any software in here that you're not using at the moment, you could just uninstall it. Uninstall it will mean that it won't run in the background, so it won't be taking up any compute space. And then while you're at it, while you're uninstalling softwares, you are also freeing up some space in your computer. So you can just go ahead, uninstall, free up a few space, while making the computer just a bit faster by not having that one software running in the background. So that is one out of 5 options that you have to speed up your computer. I would say number 2 is close any app that you are not using at the moment. Let's say if you have Google Chrome running, then you have the Windows Store running, then you have Edge running, then you have one app we could run, the Twitter app running in the background. Then if you take a look at your task manager, you're gonna see that like your computer is struggling just a little bit. I mean, mine is a good computer, but see, just by having those few tasks in the background, your computer gonna be struggling just a little bit. So what you want to do is not have that much apps running in the background that you're not using at the moment. Now let's move on. Now, a lot of people tend to have a bunch of tabs open in their web browser, and it might not seem like it's doing anything, but trust me, having multiple tabs running in your computer at the same time will slow your computer down. Each one of these tabs that you open is basically considered as a new process as you open in another application on your computer. So you don't want to have a bunch of tabs running while you're using your computer. It's not the most efficient way. I'm not saying that you can't have Twitter running at the same time, or Twitter on Facebook, or Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, but it's not practical. You don't want to have you don't want to have at least like 7 tabs open up at the same time when you don't really need maybe like 3 of those tabs. I would say always keep the tabs that you need open. I know like lots of people, while they're on Twitter or Facebook or maybe Instagram or whatever, they like to have their music playing in the background. That's fine. They could be on YouTube and open like Twitter or Instagram and listen to your music in the background on YouTube or on Spotify, whatever. That is fine. But you don't want to have like 10 like Facebook tab open, another 5 like Twitter tabs open, another like 3 YouTube video open. Well, that kind of slow your computer down. And you might think because it's only Google Chrome that's open, it's not using a lot of resource on the computer. But reality is, it is really using a lot of resource by you opening a bunch of tabs inside of Google Chrome. All right, let's move on to the next one. This option will work for Windows 7 and Windows 10. What a lot of people do, including myself, I do this sometimes. whenever you download a software, some of them will ask you to run as soon as the computer start up. So it's not a bad option to have that software run when the computer starts up, because you never know. You might start up a computer and then you run to the bathroom, or you ran to the kitchen to go and get something. So when you come back, the software is already running for you instead of you like manually starting it. It's a good thing. But what you don't want all your softwares to start up with your computer. That really decrease your boot time of your computer. So it would take when a computer log into Windows, then it has to load all those startup apps in the background right there. So if you disable all those apps, then I guarantee you your computer will start much quicker. And then another thing you got to consider is, even if you're not going to be using that app, it's still going to be running in the background because you set your computer to have that app running as soon as you start up your computer. So this is another way how to this I'm gonna show you. I think there's like more than one step on how to do this. On Windows 7 it's a bit different. I think on Windows 7 you go to run, you type run, type run at the start, and then you type ms config. Then you press yes. And then on here, it will say startup. But on Windows 10, it gives you the option to disable the startup apps into the taskbar. So we're gonna just do it from the taskbar. So on Windows 7, you could disable it from here. On Windows 10, you got disable from the task manager. So the only app, because this is basically acting as a new computer, so the only app that I have running at the moment is CCleaner. So I'm gonna just disable it. So whenever the computer starts up, it's not running CCleaner. And to be honest, CCleaner is a good app to have, but you don't have to have it running all the time. All right, and here's the last step that you guys can take to speed up your computer. Now, there's other tool besides CCleaner out there that you can use to speed up your computer, but in my opinion, I feel like CCleaner is probably one of the best. So while you're at it, while you're using CCleaner, you can also use CCleaner to like fix like random problem that your computer have. It could also free up a bunch of space that temporary files are holding on your computer. So let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. Remember, I said this computer is basically like a new computer, so you won't see much stuff that's going to be deleted. Like, I guarantee if you run on your computer, you will see how many random files, random temporary files that it will be deleted. Now, as you can see, it deleted 134 megabytes worth of junk that I didn't really need. That doesn't even need to be on the computer. And another thing that you could do, a lot of times, I'm a computer technician, and a lot of times when I'm having a problem with certain stuff, as soon as I run CCleaner and go into the registry and clean the registry, it always fixes like a few problems that the computer been having. Cause like, I really don't know how some people mess it up, but it always fixes a few problems that the computer is having. So you could just run your registry cleaner, and you wanna click on fix selected issues. You don't have to back it up; it's unnecessary. You're gonna click on fix all selected issues. See, this is basically acting as a new computer, and look how much issues they found with the computer. And it's basically new, so it doesn't matter how new or old your computer is, it's still gonna find problems because there are problems is there. And now we're all cleaned up. And now that we are all cleaned up, now this what I just showed you is a very basic, simple process of speeding up your computer. I do this with people all the time. It might seem like it's not a lot, but trust me, if you adapt these practices, your computer will move a bit faster. I'm gonna do another tutorial, and this one's gonna be a little more challenging because this one you might have to like do like a bit of research yourself. You may not, But this one might also involve you like getting your hands a little bit dirty with the computer. You know, maybe like getting a few hardwares and whatnot. Because trust me, if you have an older computer, you don't necessarily need to update it. I mean, it doesn't. No, no, you don't necessarily need to buy a new computer. You could just buy a few better parts. Better parts, I guarantee you, will make your computer run a bit faster. And like it could last you maybe a couple more years. So, in that tutorial, I'll show you how to do that.